Hi, and welcome to this demo of Sockeye's ForecastPro product. This is our newest product on the Sage Intacct Marketplace, and we're excited to share with you some of the features today. If you want more information, feel free to go out to our website. You can request a demo and find out what the key features are on this product. With no further ado, I'll jump right into the demo. As you can see on my screen, we are in a demo environment of Sage Intacct. When I look at the applications menu, first here is Sockeye Forecast Pro. Click on that. It's loading up in real time what jobs are available in the system. None of the data is being stored outside of your Sage Intacct environment. It's querying it in the moment. What it's going to show me first is this overview screen. So it shows all the different projects in the system and the last time they were forecast. And right now it's sorted by things that haven't had a forecast done in the last 30 days. So it helps your PMs prioritize what needs to be done first and what's missing out of the system. It can also be sorted by project manager or by job. You select the job that you're looking for. It shows below there are a couple of existing drafts for this job that you can edit straight from this screen. It also populates over here to create a new forecast for Wes's Movie Theater. The date is going to be today, 12/2/24. It's going to let you choose whether you want to do a forecast at completion or to completion. This is how it sets it up to know whether you want to input delta amounts or amounts in total for the project. This is something you can change in the next screen if you decide halfway through that you want to do it a different way. Before you click add, these two tabs show a list of all draft forecasts in your system right now, and then all completed forecasts. With more information, you can open them up right here from this tool. We'll go back to new forecast and click add. In that, it's loaded up all the data from Sage Intacct here into this bottom grid. Across the top, we have project information. We have the date we select on that first screen, the contract value, which is coming from the job contracts with this project identified. And then the gross profit is a calculation in real time to show when we make changes to this forecast at completion, how is that eroding or gaining our margin and our gross profit? So we'll see those change here in just a little bit as we make changes in the grid below. The other items on this page to note are that you have paginations. So you can either have it set to a default number of records showing, or you can have it all the way up to all records on your work breakdown structure showing. We also have feedback in real time. So this will send a form with information back to our team to let us know if there's a bug or if you'd like to see a new feature in this that's not quite working like you would hope. And you're welcome to submit those to our team at any time. And back over this tab, close out the form. Next, across the top, we have several pieces of menu information. We have this more actions where you can get details on the project record. You can type a note. Click out of it, saves that note. At any point in this, even though I haven't made changes, I can draft this. And when I do that, if you'll pay attention to the estimate ID, that's going to populate 521. So what that does, that goes out in Intacct and it creates that job estimate. So if I jump over to show new tab in job estimates, click on that number. This is the estimate that we just drafted. So you can see it has all of our values, which were pre-populated from the last time we forecast. So you don't have to go through every line every single month. It's going to fill in this forecast at completion based on what you had done the month prior, or the week prior, or the day prior, depending on the frequency that you want to use the tool. You can also open up if you're not sure what that original estimate $1,500 is. You can go ahead and open up your original estimate from this menu or your prior estimate or your current estimate. And all of these are being driven off of estimate type. You could take a look at it. Maybe if you had a memo or show the details. So it gives you real information on where it's pulling those numbers from. Pop back into ForecastPro over here. And then this last tab over here gives you a profile setting. So it can be individual. You can share it among several different team members. As you can see, once I start changing out these profile settings, different people have different widths of columns and different organizational structure to those columns. I go into the columns view. I can turn off columns that I don't need to use, and I can make certain things a wider width. Say here, 185. Yep, that looks like you can see more of the name, makes more sense to me. And this one I'm going to turn to 110. Okay. And then the last tab on this is going to look at data, and it's going to say exclude lines with no cost type and zero values for estimates. So these are the header lines. So you can see right here, residential cost codes, it's giving a warning. This is a header line. It doesn't have a cost type. So it would either error out if you put a number to it, or if you want to make sure that you're not accidentally posting to a header line, you would just exclude it and they disappear from your view. Okay. So to look at some of the columns, we have our original estimate here. The last time we forecasted, this amount was in here, and that's what your current forecasted completion is pre-populating with all those values. You can enter estimated production units. The measure is coming from your cost code or your cost type, unit of measure. You can enter information by the quantity and rate. So let's say 50 times 5. That's going to override into that forecasted completion. It's also going to tell you you've already spent more. Your actuals are 1330. Then you're showing for a forecast at completion. So it's going to show you that your forecast to complete, that delta, is negative, and that's probably not going to be something you want in there. You get some quick highlights to realize when maybe that's not what you meant to enter. It's also going to show you what your variance to the prior time you forecast is. So when you initially open it up, it's going to show zeros because it's populated from the prior forecast. And as you start making changes in here, it's going to show you where you've increased or decreased your costs. So this is an increase of $8,000. Last time it was 10,000. Now it's 18,000. So we've eroded our margin by our gross profit by $8,000. You also have the ability to filter and sort within this table. So if I wanted to look at just one cost code, I could filter down to that. And these subtotals are going to filter down to what those filters reflect. I could come in here and just do changes on this. You'll also see as I click out of that, your gross margin and gross profit are changing in real time. And then if you want to do a cost type, maybe you want to come through and do all of your labor. And if you do this, you can look at your subtotals. So your forecasted labor at completion is 42,564 in this example. Got it that. We can also do sorts by amounts, sorts by percentage complete. Each column, you can just hit the sort button here, and it will start sorting and allowing you to get down to the granular detail that you need as you're doing these. You can also add memos on a line item basis. So that here. And I'm going to go ahead and draft this again. So it's going to update that 521. And if I widen this column just a little bit, I'm at 242, 507, 26. So when I reload this, oh, that was our original. Sorry, let me close out that. When I reload the draft we had created, 521, it now reflects that same estimate total. It has our description in here, and it has the memo for the individual line item. Get back over to ForecastPro. And we have our release notes, was the last thing I'm going to show you at the bottom. So we are constantly doing releases on this product. We're adding functionality. Several of the things that I've shown today are actually from client request. So we're continuing to build out this tool. We're very proud of the fact that it's pulling everything together and that it's actually using the underlying foundation of native intact functionality. If you have any further questions, we'd love to answer them. Please reach out and thank you for your time today.